Hey guys, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Listen, it's a slow news day, but I'm going to get up on here and talk my shit anyways. I was scrolling and trolling on Instagram, minding my business and whatnot, and I ran across a couple of pictures. Now, I know this first picture that I'm going to put up is an oldie, but it's a goodie, okay? An oldie, but a goodie. This photo right here, okay? So this was posted onto Portia's page recently. She's posted up with her new husband, Mr. Simon Guobadia. Y'all know they recently had $1 million wedding. Congratulations to them. And then we also had Phaedra Parks. And a lot of folks took this photo as an opportunity to mention, what's been going on between Portia and Phaedra and their kind of failed-ish relationship. The last time we saw them, they were at a reunion. I believe it was season 9, if I'm not mistaken, where we found out that Phaedra fed Portia lies, and then Portia was less than smart enough to repeat them on the television screen, not considering slander and things of that nature. And it turned out to be a hot ass damn mess, right? And, Phaedra didn't want to speak on it, and all she could do was apologize. And she said that she had heard Kandi was being hysterical and crying all over the damn place, talking about the lies. And then that was that. The next season came and Phaedra was fired, or she quit the damn show. And, Portia was left for dead again to deal with this scandal. Okay. There's a pattern going on with Portia that she gets herself into hot water and then she's left for dead the, following season or the following episodes. And then she's out to fend for herself. Similarly to the whole Bolo situation. I mean, Tanya fled the scene to Canada and Portia had to deal with the madness and the fury that is of Kenya Moore hair care all by her lonesome. And I felt so sorry for sis. Kenya, stop counting people's mouths. Okay, let's talk about who you didn't have sex with. Okay, them casting directors over there, whoever casted Twa, they didn't cast you for no damn reason. I'm totally kidding. That was a joke. It was a joke. We know it's acting, okay? Kenya Moore hair care is not out here doing threesomes that we know of, okay? Kamada is across the street. No. Okay, so anyways, so yes, that's the back story to that. Portia was left for dead to fiend. Is it fend for herself? Something like that. Y'all know the word that I'm trying to use. And then she later became the queen of the show, and then she stepped down to, be Mrs. Guobadia, which then, left Kenya and Kandi to carry, quote unquote, carry. And I only say carry because they're the two oldest veterans on to the show, right? Fast forward. So they're at this Escape concert backstage, right? And, they took photos together and it was cute. They're at the State Farm Arena and whatnot and, whatever. And honestly, I really didn't care about Portia and Phaedra's relationship. I don't really care about that. We know that Portia and Phaedra are fine. They're cordial. They're not best friends. They're no longer freaking frag. They're not talking on the phone at all hours of the night like how they used to. You know what I mean? They're not thing one and thing two. They're not freak and fraud. Is that what Nene called them, freak and fraud? Who would you get rid of? Freak and fraud. And then Nene tried to lie with her bun coming out. Okay, when you lie, not only does your nose grow, but your bun falls out. Okay, she lied talking about I did not try to get you fired. When you did, you told Andy Cohen that you want to get rid of freak and fraud. And then 3 years later, you go and tell the same person, Andy Cohen, that, you want Phaedra to be back on the show. And then 2 years after that, you go on to Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and all of that stuff. And you tell Ben Crump that Andy Cohen is a racist and that Wendy Williams is a cokehead and that she needs to drain her ankles. Not today, neck. Okay, Nene told Wendy Williams, not today, ankle. Only because she said, and I say this every fucking day, all because Wendy Williams went on to the Watch What Happens Live and told the world that she does not want a boring spinoff about Nene in her life. Okay? So, I say all of that to say I don't care about Portia and Phaedra's relationship. I really want to know why in the hell was Phaedra backstage at an Escape show? Phaedra, where's Phaedra? Why is Phaedra backstage at an Escape show? And this reminds me of the Tamar Braxton situation. Okay, so let me go ahead and put up a picture of Tamar Braxton, because remember, Tamar Braxton went on to the interwebs, Instagram stories to be exact, and she basically said that she basically says that an Atlanta peach threatened her, and that the husband threatened her and stepped to her and things of that nature. And, you know, she has beef because you're not finna come for me. Okay. And then there was a rumor going around that it was Todd Tucker who was the one that stepped to Miss Tamar Braxton. Okay. So that's Tamar Braxton. I believe this was a photo shoot for the Surreal Life, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so there's that rumor. And I'm going to make all of this correlate, and I'm going to make it make sense. And I'm just going to let you guys know that this is running into conspiracy theory realms, okay? So by the time I get to my overall conclusion, this is no real tea. This is not true tea. These are just my thoughts, opinions, and I'm just trying to piece together the pieces of the puzzle, okay? I'm trying to put them all together. So there's this rumor going around that Todd Tucker, remember, stepped to Tamar Braxton. I just pulled this article up from the Urban Bell. It says Todd Tucker is accused of clashing with Tamar Braxton during a recent concert. Okay, Tamar Braxton made headlines recently due to some comments she made on social media. She actually made some interesting accusations hours ago on Instagram stories where she alleged that a certain Real Housewives of Atlanta star and her husband came for her recently. While she didn't name any names, Tamar accused the couple of threatening her, and she said that they have real beef because the housewives' husband stepped to her as well. To no surprise, Tamar's comments had a lot of RHOA fans trying to piece together clues to determine just who Tamar was referring to in her Instagram story. Interestingly enough, blogger Kandi Burruss guessed that Tamar had been making accusations about Kandi and Todd Tucker. And they're saying the reason why he may have done that is because Tamar Braxton went on to the Dish Nation and basically kind of was like, yeah, I don't really believe the way Kandi is portraying the story about Carlos King going to TV One and selling their life story. You know, I don't believe that it happened in the way that Kandi is trying to make it seem. Like, Kandi's trying to make it seem like it was a malicious thing. And Kandi's trying to make it seem like this, that, and the third. And, you know, Tamar Braxton was basically giving Carlos King the benefit of the doubt, which I really don't see that big of a problem. Like, I came onto my platform and, of course, exacerbated the situation. I came onto my platform and, of course, exaggerated and blew the situation up because that's what we do as gossip bloggers. We make things a lot more salacious and dramatic than what they really are. And if y'all don't know that by now, then hello, now you know. But that situation was really not that big of a deal. That situation was not that big of a deal. So I'm thinking to myself, why would Todd Tucker need to get Tamar Braxton together? It's not the Carlos King thing. I just refuse to believe that. I really do not believe that. That situation is not big enough. You know, giving Carlos King the benefit of the doubt is not enough for Todd Tucker. I mean, Todd Tucker stood in front of Marlo Hampton and basically, you know, gave her light work when she said that Mama Joyce has more pull in Kandi and Todd's marriage than Todd Tucker himself. And Todd Tucker barely batted an eye. The Carlos King thing on Dish Nation is not big enough for that. So I'm thinking, okay, the rumor is that Tamar was at a concert. Was she at the Escape concert? Did Todd approach her at the Escape concert? Now get this, are Phaedra and Tamar Braxton friends? Because I'm about to come up with a theory, y'all. Kandi could not have been happy about Phaedra being backstage at the Escape show at the State Farm Dam Arena, correct? Kandi had to be irritated at that fact because we know Kandi does not mess with Phaedra, will never mess with Phaedra ever again. I mean, the door is closed. That's the only door in RHOA that's been sealed. Besides the fact that, you know, Bravo might be good on, you know, Nene Leakes and she's begging for her job back. It looks like the door is closed, sis. I say all of this to say, you're probably like, get to the fucking point. I say all of this to say that if there is a person that is responsible for bringing Phaedra Parks behind the scenes of an Escape concert, I feel like that would make more sense for somebody like a Todd Tucker to confront them and cuss their ass out. Okay, whoever did that should have been cussed out by Todd Tucker. Maybe Tamar has something to do with it. Maybe not. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's just a theory. It's just a theory. I'm just going to go ahead and assume not because they don't follow each other on Instagram. But, and she was throwing shade at her because Phaedra Parks wanted that WeTV check after the checks done dried up over there at Bravo. But let's just hypothetically assume or say that Tamar Braxton has something to do with Phaedra being backstage at this show, which is the reason why Todd Tucker cussed her ass out, not because of the Dish Nation thing. Okay, maybe I'm reaching. That is a hard reach. Okay, so what I'm saying is not accurate. It's not true tea. This is just speculation. This is just me talking. This is just me thinking. But I feel like there is so much more to this story between all of these people that I just feel like is not, being talked about. And I want to figure it out. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the entire situation in the comments down below. What else did I want to talk about? Okay, so Megan Thee Stallion, there's this situation, not really Megan Thee Stallion. Everybody, every time, I talk about this subject, I always bring up Megan Thee Stallion first. It's because she is the most famous person regarding this situation, but the trial focused on Tory Lanez, okay? Remember, last week, Tory Lanez got locked the hell up for assaulting Megan Thee Stallion and being in possession of that gun and another charge. He was found guilty on 3 charges. They say he's facing 24 years in prison or something to that effect. And I think he is going to be faced with a sentencing hearing sometime in the next week or 2 or something like that. Okay, sometime next year. Right? So now this evidence is being leaked to the blogs and the press and stuff like that. And, there's this audio circulating all around. What's his face? Tory being in prison. I think he was in jail or something like that for like a night, if I'm not mistaken. And he called Kelsey and basically was apologizing profusely. He blamed it on the alcohol. He said that he cannot take his actions back, but he apologizes, even though he feels as though Megan Pete is never going to talk to him another day in her life. Okay, so it seemed to me that he was taking full responsibility for what had transpired that night, even though he did not explicitly say that he shot that girl.
Y'all got out and everything out good?
Megan's still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
About what?
You said what?
You're listening to Street TV.
I said Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let me see.
Cedar,
something like that. Cedar.
Bro.
Sure.
Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro.
Okay.
Nigga, it's so fucking drunk, nigga.
First off, okay, he's admitting that he was so effing drunk, okay, and keep calling this girl a nigga, child. Okay, weird. Secondly, he talking about I would never do anything like that. That's a lie. You've assaulted multiple people, including August Alsina and the other guy. Okay, Tory Lanez is a joke.
Yeah, I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, so whatever,
Yeah.
bro. But, regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
I know. There's a lot that happens, but
A whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But this day, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
you're listening to Street TV.
I think I was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I got to the house, shorty, like, all top niggas, they gave me like 5 shots, like, off the door, like, you feel me? So I was out of there, like,
They gave him 5 shots at Kylie Jenner's. Okay, yes, Kylie Jenner's with an S, child. For those of you who were saying that Megan wasn't shot, for those of you who were saying that, Tory Lanez is innocent, for those of you who were on Tory Lanez's DICK, There's this Milagro Grams girl that keeps on, you know, being in my Twitter timeline, even though I don't follow her. And she keeps saying there was no evidence. There's no DNA. There's a reasonable doubt. It's like, girl, shut the hell up. Shut up. First off, you look. One time I had gotten a case of road rage and the girl had came up. It was a guy driving, but it was a girl really being like all rah in the front seat. And we turned to each other. We rolled down our windows and like they started going off. And I looked at the girl in the front seat and I was like, sis, I'm not going to even dignify you with a conversation. You look a mess. You look a mess. I'm not going to argue with you. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the entire situation in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day.